Hello everyone, welcome to this special edition of INC Live Update. I'm Macy Newcup, and here with me is Brother Bob Pauline. Thank you for joining us, Brother Bob.
Always good to join you in these special broadcasts, Sister Macy.
Well, we are live today. We're live streaming on incmedia.org, live on DirecTV, and we just finished watching the Worldwide Evangelical Mission officiated by our beloved Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our executive minister, as part of Project Reconnect.
You know, it was just wonderful, Sister Macy. That wonderful display of teaching of God's words, let's call it, was sent 2,000 to 2,800 sites around the world. It was truly global. We were linked to watch it from the Philippine arena.
And for the last couple weeks, brethren have been preparing for this. Last weekend, we held the global distribution of pamphlets, and up to this morning here in the U.S., members of the Church of Christ are still hitting the streets to invite more people to witness the evangelical mission. Brethren did lots of creative things, like here in Burlingame, Northwest California. They actually rented a trolley or a cable car, as you can say, and drove it around the neighborhood to invite people to this event.
So that was pretty special.
It looked great. And brethren really went all out to invite everyone they can. And you know, Brother Bob, to share their faith, they wanted to help reconnect people back to God.
And you know, the lesson that was taught by Brother Eduardo Manalo was really so special because first of all, he really brought everyone's attention to a focus on the answers that the Bible was going to be giving to the questions he was going to be posing throughout the course of the entire lesson. And that's really just how it went. He posed questions about like the master plan of God for man's salvation and how a person can attach themselves and be part of that plan by including themselves in the body of Christ, the church for which Christ shed his blood, the church of Christ, how a person can benefit from that. And it was wonderful. All the guests in 2,800 sites got to hear the teachings of God in the Bible that will lead them to their salvation. Now all they got to do is believe in it and follow it.
Absolutely, and it was a perfect continuation from the introduction that they received from the pamphlet that they received last week.
All over the world, this pamphlet was distributed all over the world, millions.
And as our Brother Eduardo said, you know, pay attention to the way that I'm preaching and that it's not coming from me directly, it's coming from the Bible.
Yeah, he really emphasized that, and I hope that really caught the attention of so many of the guests. Yeah.
Well, today, Brother Bob, we will be hearing from people all around the world on the impact of this event. So first, let's hear from our news contributor, Brother Cesar Vallejos, who is actually there at the Philippine arena to tell us what it was like to be there. Hi, Brother Cesar. You've been live tweeting all day. What can you tell us about the atmosphere there in the Philippine arena?
Okay. Hi, Sister May and Brother Bob. The atmosphere here inside the Philippine arena is really something that you cannot describe in just one word. You know, like all our worship services, the atmosphere is solemn, but you can feel the energy, the excitement. You know, it's really celebratory in the sense that, you know, the theme gives the brethren a reason to reunite. It's a reunion for families and church officers and members, and it's a huge reconnection of the community. And I hope you're here with me, you know, because you can, right here at the massive Philippine arena, you can really feel the excitement and the enthusiasm of everybody.
How early in the day? How early in the day, Brother Cesar, did they start gathering there and the excitement started to build? Was it really early?
Okay, actually, a lot of people are very early. You know, they came in as early as 8 p.m. I don't know what that time is there in the U.S. And then I actually started my live tweets for eaglenews.ph around 9 p.m. and I think it was also picked up by incmedia.org, and they were all around the area, and a lot of choir members came in droves, and they were all prepared as early as 10 p.m. So it's I've met a lot of them. I went around, and they came from everywhere, from Manila, Malibay, Pasay, Taguig, Antipolo, and even as far as Nueva Vizcaya, which is about 8 hours drive from Manila.
It really looks full to the brim, Brother Cesar, and we can actually feel the energy directly from your video here, your conference here.
It sounds like there's a musical and additional program going on after the evangelical mission.
Oh, definitely, and people are enjoying, they're clapping, they're singing, they're screaming, and everyone's happy. Earlier, the first one to appear was Dennis Trillo, who, by the way, is the actor who played the role of Brother Felix Manalo in the film
Felix
Manalo, which is actually a multi-awarded film now, and it's even nominated in Gawad Orian, which is the latest award-nominating body that has nominated that
That
film.
is so great, Brother Cesar. We really feel the energy across all of these miles, and thank you so much for joining us. That's Cesar Vallejos reporting live from the Philippine Arena. And from the Philippines, we'll now go to Philadelphia, where Sister Naima Sahar is standing by. Now, she's been giving us tips all week long on our INC Media News social media accounts, sharing her faith. Now, Sister Naima, are you there with us?
I am, sister. How are you?
We're great over
Hello
here.
to you there in Philadelphia.
Now, all week long, we've been seeing your posts on social media about how we can share our faith. And I know you've been praying really hard to have a guest for today's event. So tell us, how did God answer your prayers for today?
Well, here he is. Can you see him?
We can.
Yes, I prayed for for God to bring me someone to invite. And luckily, before it all happened, he texted me and it was like, hey, I'm back from Pakistan and let's connect. And I'm like, hey, why don't you come to Project Reconnect? And he was like, sure. So it was like amazing. So I was just telling him God answered my prayers and had him come.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I see that he's here with you today. So can we talk to him? I believe his name is
Sure.
Robin Massey.
His name is Robin. What's your last name?
Massey.
Yes.
Thanks
Yes,
for joining
Robin
us
Massey.
today. Now, I
Yes.
understand you're a pastor of your own church. So what made you decide to accept Sister Naima's invitation to the event today?
So she's saying, what made you accept the invitation to come today?
Actually, when Naima told me, I just, immediately told him, okay. I told her, yes, okay, I will come. So I think this is, divine connection who brought me here.
Yeah.
Sister Naima, maybe we
Yes.
can ask the pastor of there if after hearing the lesson today, if he'll be bringing more of his congregation to the future Bible studies of the church next time around, maybe.
They're asking, within hearing the lesson, would maybe you bring your future congregations to hear the lessons with the Bible studies?
Sure. Because, the whole message I heard, it's all the biblical based. So I believe the salvation is very important for everybody because, everybody have a different concept about that and point of view. But the brother who was preaching, I heard, and all the biblical logic he given and all the reference, I like that.
Well, we're glad you were
Yes.
able to really
We're
get a
glad.
good understanding of the lesson that was taught. Thank you so much, Robin. Thank you for that.
Thank you. He said thank you so much.
And thank you both of you for
Thank God
joining.
that I'm here, and I'm glad to, this is my honor to hear, and
That's
the word of
wonderful
God
to
who
hear.
shared with me. That's really good, and I appreciate the brother who was on the screen. God
Thank
bless
you.
him.
We hope to see you
Yes.
again,
Thank you.
Robin. And Sister
All
Naima,
right.
thank you
Yes.
for all the tips that you've been giving us all week on this Reconnect campaign and for joining us in on our program. Thank you again, Sister.
Isn't that?
Yes, thank
isn't
you
that
for having
really,
us. God
that's
willing.
really
God is
special.
awesome.
That's really
Praise
wonderful.
God.
It's wonderful to see
Thank
old
you.
friends being able to reconnect, and they do so because of the sharing of their faith. That's really special.
Yeah, you never know who you can reconnect with.
Absolutely.
And Brother Bob, this is the beauty of this Reconnect project, that brethren all over the world have been so eager to share. Like take for social media, for example, people simultaneously change their profile picture to show their support and unity for the campaign, using all the tools to be part of such an important project. So now we will go to Miami, Florida, where we have Sister Leslie Dueña standing by, who is actually able to invite her neighbors to this event. Hi, Sister Leslie.
Oh, hola.
Hola. So a few days ago, I understand you posted this on your Instagram, how you were able to invite your neighbor. I believe her name is Miss Raquel, and she attended worship service immediately after you invited her, and she shared her reaction with you the next day. Tell us about that.
Well, actually, she came to Bible study first, and then she went to worship service. And after attending Bible study, what she was saying is that she was able to sleep well after for a long time, and she was really happy. And then she said that it was the first time that everybody around her would tell her how good and how pretty she looked that day. Her daughter that visited her on that day, she asked her, "Mom, what happened to you? You look so good today." And then she said, "Oh, it's because I've been starting to go to this church." And that was just after Bible study. So after worship service, she told me, "You know, I'm gonna come here, and I want to come here every day, no matter what it takes." So it's really a blessing.
Wow,
in
well,
her
I
life.
understand she made it to the evangelical mission tonight. Can we meet her? We'd love to meet her, and I believe you'll be translating in Spanish for us.
Yes, this is Señora Raquel. Hola, Señora Raquel.
Buena, ¿cómo tú estás?
Can you ask her, how does she feel to have listened to the words of God today?
Señora Raquel, ¿cómo se siente ahora que ha escuchado las palabras de Dios?
Muy feliz, muy bien.
She says she's feeling really happy and she feels really good.
Tell her she looks beautiful. She looks well rested and at peace.
Usted dijo que expresó que se siente paz, ¿verdad?
No, siento mucha paz, mucha tranquilidad. Y me duermo todas las noches sin pastillas, sin nada.
She says she feels a lot of peace and tranquility, and that every night that she sleeps since she started to come, that she sleeps really well, and that she's very happy.
That is so wonderful to hear. Thank you so much, Sister Leslie and Miss Raquel. We hope that you continue in your Bible studies here in the Church of Christ.
Yes, she actually expressed that she will register as a Bible student, so that's something that is really wonderful. Dicen que quieren que usted siga escuchando los estudios bíblicos.
No, yo voy a seguir porque esto me agrada mucho.
She said she will continue because she likes this very much.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Congratulations to Mrs. Raquel and to all of your missionary efforts there in that part of the world.
Thank you.
You know, Sister Macy, these are the stories that's the stories we're hearing from all over the world. It's so great about this Reconnect project. It's finding people just like that Mrs. Raquel, who's
a next door neighbor.
Yeah, who's just waiting to find the right church and to be invited by someone who may be nearby to find that peace that she had been longing for.
Visible peace, apparently.
And everybody's noticing that it's even changing how her appearance and such, that she's really found that peace. Imagine to know after attending in just one single worship service, she finally had a good night's sleep.
Absolutely. And Brother Bob, you know, the amazing thing is how people are reconnecting even with those who are miles and miles away. We have on the line with us Sister Kim Mortola, who is all the way in New Mexico, who has an amazing story that no one is ever too far to reach and invite. So, Sister Kim.
Hello, Kim, are you there?
Sister Kim she's with us in New Mexico. I believe she's on standby.
Sometimes when you're on live TV, Sister Macy, that's what happens. We may have been disconnected from her. you know. But for sure, she was a Reconnect professional.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you the story of Sister Kim. The quick background story that the producers actually told me was that she met her friend. Her name is Heidi Smith while she was actually living in Maryland, and then Sister Kim moved all the way to New Mexico, and Heidi actually moved away from Maryland to Sweden.
That's about as far away as you can get, I think.
Yeah, and then. So she was still able to connect with her. Now, I believe we do have Heidi available where she was able to connect with her via Facebook. And I believe that Heidi actually moved to San Antonio, Texas, where Kim was able to reconnect with them again and invite Sister Heidi all the way to San Antonio to attend in San Antonio, Texas. Now, we have...
Can Heidi hear us?
Can you hear me?
Hi, Heidi.
Hello to you there, Heidi.
Hi.
Thank you for being part of the Reconnect project and for accepting Kim's invitation. And now you're there with members of the church in San Antonio, Texas, which is actually a few states away from Kim. So what can you tell us about the brotherhood and community in the Church of Christ, considering that you only knew Kim for just a few days and now you've got all these new friends?
I really like it and it's fun. I really enjoyed it.
I'm just gonna skip me.
I learned a lot of stuff about.
Yes, Paul. Can you hear me, Paul?
And I believe you also attended a Bible study there just this past week in San Antonio.
No, not yet. But tonight I did, and it was fun. I really learned a lot about God and His Word, and I feel happy and peaceful.
I believe we actually were able to reconnect with Kim. Kim, are you on the line with us?
Hi, Sister Macy. Can you hear me now?
I can. Yay, loud and clear. Now tell us, how were you able to have a guest for tonight's event all the way from, you're in New Mexico and your guest attended in San Antonio, Texas. How were you able to accomplish that?
I actually just used the most widely known social media, Facebook. I kept in touch with her through Facebook. And I recently found out that she moved to Texas. So I got her in touch with the brethren from San Antonio, Texas. And they were very, very helpful with having Heidi come to San Antonio today. And even Heidi was telling me how friendly they were and how they welcomed her in San Antonio. So it's really amazing how the brotherhood is inside a church.
You know, Sister Kim, it kind of shows us that no matter how far away you may be from people you've known, no matter what's going on as far as distance, there's no real true distance. God will always find a way to bridge us to those He's intending to invite and bring into the church.
And you know, Facebook closes up all the miles apart that we are, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Social media.
Absolutely. Heidi, we're so very thankful to God that you're with us, listening to Bible studies in the Church of Christ. Please keep at it.
And thank you both for joining us today and reconnecting, and we hope to continue to hear more about Heidi attending in San Antonio. And thank you to all the brethren, all the members of the Church of Christ who worked so hard together for the sake of one soul.
You know, that's really a heartwarming story, Sister Macy, and there's so many like that taking place all over the world. And you know, there's another one that we'd like to share. There's another story, and this story has its beginnings in social media, I believe, because social media has been such an important plays such an important role. It's been such a big part
Absolutely.
in reconnecting people, and by means of the lesson, bringing them to God. It's easier for members in the church to find those whom they want to invite because of the of social media. You get in touch with old friends. And that's kind of what happened in Scarborough, Canada. We have two friends that hadn't seen each other in a long, long time. In fact, 15 years.
Wow.
Sister Macy. And they got to see each other again because of this Reconnect project. We have Sister Chris Dela Cruz and her friend Tammy Rosenthal. Hello, Chris and Tammy. Can you hear us? Are you there?
Hi, Brother Bob. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Sister Chris. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for all of the wonderful work you're doing in your part of the world. Let me ask you to start off with. The producers mentioned to Sister Macy and I, they told us that you've been posting a lot of the church content on the social media, and then you were getting that content from our website, incmedia.org, and you noticed something. We heard that you noticed that Tammy had been liking so many of the video programs that you were posting. You hadn't seen each other in 15 years, but you noticed she was liking what you were posting.
That's right, Brother Bob. I noticed that my friend Tammy, whom I haven't seen in more than 15 years, started liking a lot of the INC content that I was posting, even the Reconnect project as well. And you know, it was such a great feeling because I haven't, you know, seen her or talked to her in more than 15 years. She actually messaged me and started saying, you know, how I was doing, and I took that opportunity to be able to reconnect with her. And then I introduced her to the church in that way.
Sister Chris, is Tammy with you? We'd love to have a moment to meet her.
Yeah, I have my friend Tammy here with me. We're just going to share over here.
Hello.
This is my friend Tammy.
Hello,
Hi.
hello to you there, Tammy. What did you think about all those programs that Chris was posting in her social media?
Yeah, well, I mean, I just recently came to know Jesus and became a believer, and so, you know, to see somebody else sharing their Christian faith boldly and you know, forthrightly like that was amazing, and I was really proud of Chriselle, and you know, I really wanted to reconnect with her after so many years. So
after all this time that you guys haven't been together, during this time, have you been searching, trying to find a church and a religious faith that you could really hold tight to there?
I had recently, just very recently, and you know, I have found a congregation, but you know, just to see other followers of Jesus declaring their faith in such a beautiful, open way was just lovely, and made me really want to get in touch with Chrissy again. So.
Well, Tammy, we thank you very much for doing exactly that and for joining us and members of the church all over the world in this global evangelical mission tonight. We thank you for that, and we hope you'll continue to investigate and continue to listen to the teachings here inside the Church of Christ. Tammy, we hope you'll continue and one day join with us in all of the activities here inside the Church of Christ.
Well, thank you very much for your warmth and kindness and openness.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You know, this is not the first worldwide evangelical mission, Sister Macy, that's been held inside the church. You know, it was just last September where members of the Church of Christ and also invited their friends and family by so many different methods to an evangelical mission that was also led by Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Among those that were inspired to learn more about the teachings inside the church after that event were Norma and Cecilio. They're the parents of Sister Rose Guillermo, a convert in the church, and now is one of the American Sign Language interpreters here inside the church from Northeastern Seaboard. This time around, her parents, who are now Bible students, both of whom are deaf, also invited guests to the worldwide evangelical mission.
Wow, that's such an inspiring and amazing story.
It really is. It really is.
You know, Northeastern Seaboard actually recently held and invited their friends and community to a musical called Lost and Found, where convert stories like Sister Rose's and many others were featured. Now, some of those who were introduced to the church during this musical eagerly came back today. Now, I believe we have Lexi, Sister Lexi, standing by in Long Island City, New York, to tell us more. Hi, Lexi.
Hi.
Hi, so tell us, when was the Lost and Found musical done and how was it received over there?
It was held last month in New Jersey, and there was over 100 visitors who attended.
Wow. And tell us a little bit more about some of the visitors who came back.
One of those who came back is Mike Resentis, who is here with me now. Mike is a longtime coworker of one of the members here in Long Island City. So, Mike, tell us, what was it about the musical that inspired you to come back today and even invite visitors to today's event?
Well, basically when I watched the show, I was able to relate a lot about it. Growing up with a different religion, I had a lot of questions. Some of the questions were answered with the show. That's why I decided to join as a Bible student to learn more about the religion or how to be being an Iglesia ni Cristo. And I had to share it with my friends too and some families. That's why I invited them, so I could not just find out myself, but bring them with me.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much for sharing what you have been experiencing.
That's so great to hear.
Yeah.
Sister Macy, these series of events have really helped the brethren to be even more excited in sharing their faith. From Long Island City, New York, I'm Sister Lexi De La Pena for INC Live Update. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you so much, Sister Lexi. Thank you. In this time of the year, Sister Macy, it is time for graduation.
Graduation season.
Yes, graduation time is in so many parts of the world nowadays, and it's a time for families and friends to come together and celebrate the achievements of their young people. But, that didn't stop a recent graduate from Oklahoma City turning their attention from him, which is normally the case at graduation time, but instead, he turned his family and everyone's attention to God.
Today is a special and momentous day for members of the Iglesia ni Cristo across the world. But for Kevin Ignacio, today holds two important events: his high school graduation day and the opportunity to share his faith with his family as they unite for this occasion. Just hours before the Reconnect, Brother Kevin walked the stage and was flooded with cheers and hugs from his family that gathered near and far. But after, he opted for a less traditional celebration. Kevin and his family rushed to the chapel to join the worldwide propagation and share it with his loved ones.
Now we actually have Brother Kevin, fresh from graduation, joining us from Midwest City, Oklahoma. Now, Brother Kevin, first of all, congratulations on your high school graduation just a few hours ago. Graduation day is usually a day most young people spend for themselves, their families. Why did you want to invite your friends and family to the evangelical mission instead?
Well, sister, I invited my family because this is also my way of celebrating my graduation. And I really love my family, so I was hoping to share my faith and maybe in the future they become future members of the Church of Christ.
That's so awesome. And how many people did you bring with you today?
My family, which is four of them.
And we can see that. Thank you, and extend our appreciation to your family and friends. Thank you for joining us, and we are so happy. Congratulations to you again, Brother Kevin, for graduating today, sister, and also participating in our worldwide evangelical mission.
Congratulations to you, Brother Kevin, as well, from all of us here, and we welcome your family and friends there to the Church of Christ.
Salamat po. Thank you.
That's you don't see many young people who will be doing something like that.
Straight from graduation with his friends.
Right. That is really awesome how young members of the church they're really taking the lead in going out there and inviting their friends, inviting their family, even strangers.
Exactly.
And we saw tons of photos from around the world of young members fearlessly going up to strangers and sharing their faith.
Yes, Brother Bob, and it's exciting to think about what's to come from today's evangelical mission. We actually have one more story for you today. Now, a couple weeks ago, we reported about the members of the Church of Christ who were forced to evacuate their homes in Fort McMurray, Alberta, Canada. Now, while they were unable to return to their homes, nothing has stopped them from their ability to share their faith. And I believe we have Sister Camille standing by in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Sister Camille?
Hello, sister. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Now, Sister Camille, first of all, we want to ask you, how's everyone doing out there? I know it's been a few weeks now since the fires.
We're doing great here, sister. The brethren are really active. They really want to participate, and they're very enthusiastic.
Everyone has pretty much recovered from the traumas of the fires, we hope?
Yes, Pa, as much as possible. And the brethren here in Edmonton and Calgary and all of British Columbia have really, helped out our brethren, lending, their things, opening their homes to our brethren.
They certainly didn't use the fires as a reason not to participate in this wonderful event today, we can see.
Yeah, tell us about how were they able to join in tonight's events?
So last week they were able to participate in the pamphlet distribution, and tonight they were here at the Edmonton North House of Worship with their friends and loved ones to participate in tonight's Reconnect.
Thank you so much, Sister Camille, and we continue to pray and hope for the quickest recovery there for all of those that were devastated in those fires.
I know, they look so happy, like nothing happened. Now, Sister Camille, I believe you have someone with you to speak with?
Yes, I have Sister Edna here.
Hi, Sister Edna.
Hello.
So I'll just give this to you, Paul, so you can listen.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hello. Hello, Paul.
Yeah, so how has it been since the fires?
So they're asking Paul how it's been since the fire in Fort McMurray.
We have no idea now so far, and all we know is they just told us to evacuate, right? So we decided to come over here in Edmonton because this is our mother church. So of course, since what happened to us in Fort McMurray, and then it gives us strength, to
Sister Edna, in spite of the fires, you guys still all participated in the worldwide evangelical mission, huh? It didn't
With
stop
smiles
you, huh?
on your faces, we can see in the pictures that you look unaffected by the devastation that happened a few weeks ago. You were able to still pass out pamphlets?
And after what happened, and then I believe that my faith become more stronger than before, and that's the reason why we are here now in Edmonton.
Well, Edna, we're so very thankful that you are there and that you are safe and you are able to join in the evangelical mission, and all our brothers and sisters in Alberta, Canada, as well as all of the guests were able to hear the teachings of God tonight concerning God's master plan of salvation.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much there.
Thank you, Paul, sister.
Sister Macy, we've heard some really great stories today on how people have reconnected with each other, and most of all, reconnected with God, which is what the whole mission is, to bring people to serve God and worship Him here inside the Iglesias.
Absolutely, and it didn't matter if it was done, if you handed a pamphlet out in person or if you just posted an image online. They were able to touch friends and family that they haven't seen, or even strangers, and bring them to this event this evening.
That's true. It's really been a wonderful day.
And they can continue, you all can continue to share your stories from today's events, and continue to share about how you shared your faith by using the INC Reconnect Challenge. Well, Brother Bob, I believe that wraps it up for this edition of INC Live Update. Make sure to follow us on social media to stay up to date with all the latest news and events happening inside the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ. And be sure to follow us on social media for more stories, updates, and pictures from today's INC Reconnect. And make sure to please share with your stories from today's events by emailing us at info@incmedia.org or message us on social media. Well, I'm Macy Newcup, and on behalf of myself and Brother Bob Pauline and the rest of the INC Live Update team, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time. Have a good night, everyone.